this small package of tea in front of me carries a lot of big history and big stories, and with sociological importance. First of all, this is produced by Vitasoy Company, which has a fascinating history in Hong Kong. The company was born in 1940, and its first product was Vitasoy, which at that time was a cheap drink known as the poor person's substitute of milk. So if you want to grow up and be healthy and be fat, but cannot afford to buy or drink real milk, you drink Vitasoy. Similarly healthy, similarly nutritious, but much cheaper in the market. That image was carried forward until the late 1960s. I remember when I grew up, my main impression of Vitasoy was that famous slogan: if you drink this, you would become taller, stronger, and fitter for the rest of your life. But that slogan and that image of Vitasoy and that image of Hong Kong being poor was of course changed in the 1970s, when Hong Kong became much richer, when Hong Kong people became younger and much more optimistic than before. Vitasoy has to produce new products to meet this new market and new society. It was in the mid-1970s that Vitasoy began to create other products like juice, products like lemon tea. At that time, they talk about a whole change of promotional image for Vita drinks. Far from being a drink for the poor, it became a drink for the young. And the catchword for that time was be trendy, be in fashion, and be a part of that growing generation that will conquer Hong Kong in future. And I remember that turning point, that big slogan at that time was Vita drinks. They were not simply soft drinks. They were much bigger. They were 點止汽水咁簡單. They were much bigger than soft drink. So that was the background for the rise of VLT, Vita Lemon Tea. It was a young person's soft drink. It wasn't for health. It wasn't for growing taller and fitter. It was for a kind of sensation, what sociologists call consumption for sensibilities. And from the beginning, VLT was produced with that image in mind. But then VLT is not any lemon tea. It carries certain history because of the Vita brand. That is why I like the series of promotional video produced by Vita in 2009, when it has two rappers joining hands, signifying something that is trendy. Rapping is trendy. Rapping is streetwise. It talks about the world here and now. But they were two rappers of two generations. One is MC Jin, famous all over the world for conquering every rapping contest. And also Wan Guang, who belonged to a past generation, but was hot at that time, 2009, a revival of Hong Kong culture, carried in the body of Wan Guang. So when the two sang together and joined hands and rap on this drink, you know this is not simply a soft drink. It is trendy, but it also carries a long, long history. That is why this small packet of drink actually can be a treasure trove for us trying to drink something good, but also look at society with a new pair of eyes. So if you join sociology in future, you would have ample opportunities to drink a lot of VLT, but also to explore young people's sensibility and also Hong Kong history in its unique path of development. Well, there was one thing I should have said.